हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। सो टेस्ट 71 का डिस्कशन स्टार्ट करते हैं। ओवरऑल पेपर इजी साइड पर है। 27 क्वेश्चंस इजी कैटेगरी में है, मॉडरेटली डिफिकल्ट में 17 क्वेश्चंस हैं एंड वन क्वेश्चन आई फाउंड डिफिकल्ट। तो ओवरऑल 155 to 165 is a good score. So let's start from question 1. According to the Bohr theory, what determines the shortest wavelength in a given series of wavelengths emitted by the atom? So shortest wavelength means maximum energy. Lambda min, that means maximum energy, and maximum energy photon we will get when the transition takes place from infinity to that particular quantum number. So the ratio, what determines the quantum number ni that identifies the higher atomic level from which the electron falls, the quantum number nf that identifies the lower energy level into which the electron falls from a higher energy level, the ratio nf by ni, which nf is the quantum number that identifies the lower energy level into which the electron falls, and ni is the quantum number that identifies the higher. So b, the quantum number nf that identifies the lower energy level into which the electron falls from a high energy level. What determines the shortest wavelength? So b should be correct answer. The frequency of X-rays, gamma rays and visible rays. So gamma rays are the most energetic photons, then X-rays and then visible rays. So accordingly we can take the option. The position vector of two identical particles are R1, R2, then position vector of center of mass. So we can use the formula M1 R1 plus M2 R2 upon M1 plus M2. So we'll get the answer. Two heating coils are in parallel and connected to a battery. The power consumed by them are in the ratio. So since both the coils have same voltage, since they are in parallel, power is V square by R, and since they are in parallel, so power is proportional to 1 upon R. So P10 ohm upon P20 ohm is 20 by 10, that is 2:1. The ball is rotated on a horizontal circular path. It is rotated on a horizontal circular path about the vertical axis. That means it is a conical pendulum. So let's say ball rotates in horizontal circle, making an angle theta from the vertical. So this is horizontal circle. Okay. So let the radius be R. Tension is along the length of the string. Mg is downward. Net force is directed towards the center of the circle. So this angle is theta, this angle is theta. So T sine theta is equal to m omega square r, and r is L sine theta. So omega max is T max upon ml under root. So T max is given 324 ml, 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So that is 36. So straightforward question hai. Body of mass 1 is connected to a string and undergoes a complete vertical circular motion. It is barely able to complete the vertical circle. Then the difference in kinetic energy at top and bottom. So this is the bottom position and this is the top position. So K final minus K initial is U initial minus U final. Okay, so difference in kinetic energy at the top and the bottom position. So the ball has moved by 2r up. So difference in kinetic energy is K initial minus K final is U final minus U initial, that is mg into 2r. So mg is 10 into 2 into 1. So this is 20 joule, mg into 2r. Okay. Next question. The potential difference between points A and B in the following circuit. So potential difference between A and B in the following circuit. So from loop law, the current flowing in the circuit is 6 plus 4 upon 8 plus 2, that is 1 ampere. So VA minus VB. So VA minus VB is minus IR. We are moving from B to A. Minus IR plus 4 volt. So that is minus 4 volt. So difference between A and B is 4 volt. So A is the correct option. A circuit consisting of three identical lamps. When the switch S is closed at the intensity of lamp A and B, we have to find out the exact ratio. Will it will increase by more than 2 times, or by 2 times, or by 8 times. So initially, when the three bulbs are connected together in series, the potential drop across each bulb was V by 3. So power across one bulb is V by 3 ka square upon R. Now when the switch S is closed, the bulb C gets short circuited. So now in the circuit there are only two bulbs. So voltage across each bulb is V by 2. So V by 2 ka square upon R, power consumed, that is V square by 4R. So now P dash upon P is 9 by 4, which is 2.25. So will increase by more than 2 times. Current I is flowing in the primary coil. If the voltage produced in the secondary coil is this, and 50% of power is lost in the current in the secondary coil. So Vs Is is eta times efficiency times Vp Ip. So Is is efficiency 0.5, Vp Ip 220 into 5 upon Vs, which is 2200. So this is 5.25 ampere. Okay, 10. So 2.5, so 0.25 ampere. Next, the diagram shows a square loop of side this. The magnetic field has magnitude. The work done in pulling the loop out of the field slowly. So let's say this side is L. Diagram shows the magnetic field has a magnitude this square loop. So let's say the length of the square loop is, side length is L. Okay, so for the work done will be W equals, we need to apply external force to counterbalance magnetic force. Just a minute. The side which is the, suppose this is a PQ RS. So the side which is inside the magnetic field PQ will be acted upon by magnetic force BIL. Okay, so we need to apply external force F external to counterbalance it, to move it, keep on moving it with constant speed. So W is F external into L, that is BIL into L, and I is BVL. Suppose the loop is coming out with speed V, so I is EMF, which is BVL upon resistance into L square. Now speed is, since length L is coming out in time t, so speed is L by t, so that is B square L4 upon TR. So B square, we have substituted V to be L by t, so B square, so 1 square, L is 0.5, so 1 by 16 L upon T, which is 2, and R, which is 10 ohm. Okay, so this is 1 by 320, that is 1000 upon 320 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this comes out to be 3.125 into 10 to the power minus 3 joules. Two positive ions with force F. If F is the force of repulsion, then number of electrons missing. So F is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by D square, and Q is any if n electrons are missing. So this is n square E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught D square. So by arranging, we'll get the force. Hollow insulated conducting sphere is given charge Q, the electric field at the center. So inside a spherical conducting spherical shell, field at every point is 0. So answer is 0, A. Particle is kept at a distance r, the minimum speed with which it should be projected so that it does not return. So for escaping, the total energy should become greater than or equal to 0. So potential energy is minus gmm by 2r plus kinetic energy half m v square, and for minimum speed this should become 0. So v is under root gm by r. Or we can directly use the formula for outside points. Escape speed is under root 2 gm by small r, where small r is distance from the center of the earth. So small r is 2r, so gm by capital R. So C is the correct option. A car accelerates from rest for alpha, then retards with beta, and the total time elapsed is t, then the maximum velocity acquired. So guys, this is zero speed, this is maximum speed, and this is again zero speed. Here there is acceleration alpha, here retardation beta. So from first equation between A and B, we get T1 is Vm by alpha, this time is T1 and this time is T2. So from first equation applying between A and B, we get alpha, T1 is Vm by alpha, and similarly by applying first equation between B and C, we get T2 equals Vm by beta. So Vm by alpha plus Vm by beta is equal to T. So Vm is alpha beta upon alpha plus beta into T. Or we can solve this problem using graph as well, VT graph. The surface temperature of the stars is determined using Wien's displacement law, lambda mt equals constant. So from that law, we determine the surface temperature. 2 moles of an ideal gas were cooled at constant volume so that the pressure is reduced to half. Then heating at constant pressure until the gas expands till it attains the original volume. So this is PV diagram. First, the gas is cooled isochorically so that the pressure reduces to half. So temperature also reduces to half. So P2 P by 2, P1 2, P1 by 2, and then it is heated at constant pressure. So heated at constant pressure so that temperature becomes same. So here temperature is T0, here temperature is T0 by 2, and here temperature is again T0. So from A to B and then from B to C. Okay, so delta U from A to B to C is 0 since initial and final temperatures are same, and W from A to B to C is P1 by 2 VC, VC minus, rather we'll say W from A to B to C is pressure at B into volume at C minus volume at B, that is NR, temperature at C minus temperature at B. So temperature at C is 300 and temperature at B is 150. N is 2 moles, so this is 300 R. So answer is 300 R. So Q is delta U plus W. Q is delta U plus W. Now W is 300 R, delta U is 0, so Q is 300 R. Now next, 50 calorie of heat is supplied to the system containing 2 mole of an ideal monoatomic gas. Find the rise in temperature. So it should have been written that the piston is free to move, then only we can take isobaric process. So here only diagram is given and outside pressure is mentioned P0. It's not given that the piston is free to move or piston is fixed. So I mean, as the pressure outside is given P0, so we are taking it as isobaric process, but it should have been written clearly that piston is free to move. Piston is free to move, so that we could have taken the process to be isobaric. Okay, so find the heat required to raise the temperature of monoatomic gas by find the rise in temperature. Okay, so Q is NCP delta T. So delta T is Q upon NCP, so that is Q upon N into 5R by 2 monoatomic gas. So Q is given 50 calories and N is 2 mole into 5 by 2 and R is given 2 calorie per mole per Kelvin. So 2 cancels, 5 2s are 10, so 5 Kelvin. So B is the correct option. Bar magnet is cut into 2 equal halves by a plane parallel to the magnetic axis. The following physical quantities, the one which remains unchanged. Okay, so this is bar magnet and we have cut along the plane which is parallel to the magnetic axis. So since area has reduced half, so pole strength has become 1 by 2. Magnetic moment is ml, length is same, but pole strength has become half, so magnetic moment also becomes half. And moment of inertia, since mass has decreased, so moment of inertia will decrease. Moment of inertia will also decrease. Mass has become half, so moment of inertia will become half. And intensity of magnetization is B upon mu naught, B upon mu naught. And since magnetic moment has changed, so intensity of magnetization should also change. Okay, so according to me, there's no correct answer. A, B, C, D all will change. The force acting on the given portion in the wire is, guys, in uniform magnetic field, force acting is independent of the shape of the wire and depends only on the straight length joining initial and final points. So straight length joining initial and final points is 4 minus 0I plus 4 minus 0J plus 4 minus 0K. So magnetic force is in uniform field on straight wire is I L vector cross B vector. So I is 2, L vector is 4I plus 4J plus 4K, and cross B vector, which is 12 into 10 to the power minus 4 I plus 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 J. So this is I L cross B. Now 10 to the power minus 4 बाहर ले लीजिए, 2 बाहर ले लीजिए. So 4 बाहर ले लीजिए, तो 8 into 10 to the power minus 4 I plus J plus K cross 12I plus 2J. So B is the correct option. The ratio of magnetic field to a small bar magnet in the end-on position and broadside on position. End-on position means axial position and broadside on position means equatorial position. So at axial position or end-on position, field is twice of mu naught by 4 pi m upon r cube, and for equatorial or broadside on position, magnetic field is mu naught by 4 pi m upon r cube. So end on position field is doubled, so 2:1. A stone is released from an aeroplane which is rising up with an acceleration this. 2 seconds after the release, the separation between stone and aeroplane. So since we are interested in separation, so we'll solve relative to aeroplane. So initial velocity of stone relative to plane is 0, and acceleration of stone relative to plane is AS minus AP. AS is G downwards 10 plus 10, and AP is 5 up, so minus 5. So 15 meter per second square. Now separation between them. So delta x of stone relative to plane is u of stone relative to plane t plus half a of stone relative to plane t square. So that is half into 15 into 2 square, that is 30 meters. Now XSP initial is 0. So XSP final is 30 meters. So 30 meters is the answer. An artillery placed which consists shoots has maximum range r. For r by 2 the angle of elevation is, okay, so range is u square sine 2 theta by g. Okay, so this is r max into sine 2 theta. So r is r max by 2. So r max by 2 is r max sine 2 theta. So 2 theta equals 30 degree or theta equals 15 degree. And the other answer is 90 minus 15, which is 75 degree, but the only one option is given. So this is 15 degree. The magnitude of velocity of end A will be. So guys, this is a rigid rod. So rigid rod constraint, velocity components of any 2 points along the length of the rod should be same as separation between the points remains constant. So this is constraint, rigid body constraint, that separation between the 2 points is constant, and therefore velocities of the 2 points, velocity components of 2 points along the length of the rod should remain same. So this is VB, B is moving towards left, so this is VB. So when B will move towards left, A will move upwards, VA. This angle is 60 degree, this So along the length of the rod, this angle will also be 30 degree. So the component of VB along the length of the rod, that is VB cos 60 degree, should be equal to component of VA along the length of the rod, that is VA cos 30 degree. So VA is VB, which is 3 cos 60 half root 3 by 2. So that is root 3 meters per second. So B is the correct option. Block of mass m is on a horizontal truck. The coefficient of static friction, acceleration of truck is this, then find the frictional force. So let's say block is not sliding on the truck. So acceleration of block is generated by frictional force. So friction is ma, that is 5 Newton. Now Fs max is mu s mg, which is 6 Newton. So since our friction is less than Fs max, so this situation is possible. Frictional force acting on the block is 5 Newton. Already there was this question in previous test as well. An alpha particle of energy, this is scattered by 180 degree distance of closest approach. So distance of closest approach, so at closest approach, entire kinetic energy converts into potential energy. So K ZE into 2E upon R min is kinetic energy, K initial. Okay, so R is 9 into 10 to the power 9, Z, which is 92 into 2 into E square, so 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, and 1E as it is, upon 5 mega electron volt, so 5 into 10 to the power 6 into electronic charge. So electronic charge cancels. Okay, so this is ऊपर नीचे 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं. So 4 9s are 36 into 1.6 into 92, और नीचे 10 to the power 7 हो जाएगा, तो 10 to the power into 10 to the power minus 17. Okay, so this is 16 3s are 48. So this comes, this is around this number is less than say if we calculate this, 16 6 are 96, 6 9, 16 3s are 48, 9 57. So 16 6 are 96 6, so this is 57.6 into 92 into 10 to the power minus 17. So suppose if we take 60 first number and 90 second number, so 5400, so 5.4 into 10 to the power minus 14, so roughly 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 14. तो थोड़ा approximate करना है. The half-life is this, activities at T1 and T2 are this, then the number of atoms disintegrated in T2 minus T1. So R1 is lambda N1 and R2 is lambda N2. So number of atoms disintegrated, N1 minus N2 is R1 minus R2 upon lambda, which is R1 minus R2 upon ln2 by capital T. So proportional to R1 minus R2 into capital T. So A is the correct option. Now next, the length of the magnet is large compared to its width. The time period of oscillation is 2. The magnet is cut along its length into 3 equal parts, which are then placed on each other with like poles together. The period of this combination will be. So guys, this is the magnet. This is the magnet. It is cut into 3 equal parts. Okay, and then these parts are placed on one above other with like poles at the same location. Okay, so the total magnetic moment, see, magnetic moment of one portion is m by 3, m by 3, m by 3. So since they are again placed one on the top with like poles together, so total magnetic moment m dash is thrice of m by 3, which is again m. So magnetic moment remains same. Similarly, mass m dash is equal to m, and length L dash is L by 3. So magnetic moment time period is 2 pi under root I by mb, which is 2 pi under root ml square by 12 upon mb. So this is proportional to L only. So T dash by T is 1/3. Okay, so L only is 1/3. So T dash is T by 3, that is 2 by 3 seconds. So A is the correct option. In a simple pendulum, the breaking strength of the string is double the weight of the bob. The bob is released when the string is horizontal. The string breaks when it makes an angle theta with the vertical. Okay, so this is the horizontal orientation and say at an angle theta from vertical string breaks. So at this position tension is twice of weight, so this is T, this is mg. Now net force towards center, so T max, T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square by L. Now T is 2 mg, so 2 mg minus mg cos theta is equal to m by L, and v square, see v square is u square plus 2gh, and the height descended is L cos theta, so 2g L cos theta, so v square is 2g L cos theta, so mg cancels, so 2 equals 3 cos theta, or theta equals cos inverse 2 by 3. So C is the correct option. Metallic surface ejects electron when exposed to green light. So no electrons are emitted when exposed to yellow light. Okay, so green light पे emission हो रहा है और yellow light पे नहीं हो रहा है. So if yellow of same intensity which is more than I, yellow light of same intensity which is more than I, तो intensity बढ़ाने पे the yellow see threshold wavelength इंटेंसिटी बढ़ाएंगे तो फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट में एमिशन पे उस तरह से इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि येलो लाइट की वेवलेंथ थ्रेशोल्ड वेवलेंथ से ज़्यादा है, सो एमिशन नहीं होगा. ग्रीन लाइट ऑफ एनी इंटेंसिटी, यस ग्रीन लाइट, अपन ग्रीन लाइट पे मेटालिक सरफेस इजेक्ट्स इलेक्ट्रॉन व्हेन एक्सपोज टू ग्रीन लाइट, तो ग्रीन लाइट पे हमारा एमिशन हो जाएगा. देन रेड लाइट ऑफ एनी इंटेंसिटी, रेड लाइट थ्रेशोल्ड वेवलेंथ से ज़्यादा है रेड लाइट की वेवलेंथ, तो उस पर भी एमिशन नहीं होगा. तो ए पे भी एमिशन नहीं होगा, सी पे भी एमिशन नहीं होगा, केवल ग्रीन लाइट पे एमिशन होगा. सो स्टॉपिंग पोटेंशियल इज E minus phi, so we can find out this is 0.6 volt, straightforward question है. Now next, hydraulic lift works on the basis of Pascal's law. So F upon A1, F upon pi R1 square is equal to mg upon pi R2 square. So F is mg by 4. So C is the correct option. An object is placed at a distance of 20 from the pole of a concave mirror of focal length 10. So object is placed at center of curvature of the mirror. So image will form at the same location. So V is minus 20. Time taken by the sunlight to pass through a slab of 4 centimeter. So suppose length of the slab is L. Length of the slab is L. So time taken is L upon C by N, that is NL upon C. We can do the calculation. Solid ball rolls down a parabolic path from height h. The ball portion AB of the part is rough and while BC is smooth. So this is important. BC is smooth, so omega will not change on BC. Okay, omega will not change on part BC as it is smooth. All right, so the speed at point B, so half mv square translational kinetic energy plus half 2 by 5 mr square into v square by r square rotational kinetic energy is equal to mgh. So we are getting v square is 7 by 10, so v square is 10 gh by 7. Now kinetic energy, translational kinetic energy, so half mv square is 5, half mv square, so 5 mgh by 7, and when it reaches the highest point in BC, this translational kinetic energy converts into potential energy mgh dash, so h dash is 5 by 7 into h. Only the translational kinetic energy part converts into potential energy on BC part, since omega will remain constant as the part BC is smooth. So correct answer is 5h by 7. Okay, a circular disc rolls down an inclined plane. The ratio of rotational kinetic energy to total kinetic energy, so kr upon k, kr is half circular disc mr square by 2 v square by r square, half ICM omega square, and total kinetic energy half mv square plus half mr square by 2 v square by r square. Okay, so half mv square cancels, so the above factor is 1 by 2 and 1 plus 1 by 2, so that is 1 is to 3, so 1 by 3 is the correct answer. See, 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, so 1 by 4 upon 3 by 4, so that is 1 by 3. PN junction is series with a resistance of 5 kilo ohms connected to 50 volt DC. If the forward bias resistance of the junction is this, the forward bias current is, so current is voltage applied, which is 50 upon resistance, which is 5000 plus 50, so that is 50 upon 5050, so that is 1 upon 101, so that is 1000 upon 101 milliampere, that is roughly 9.9 milliampere. So D is the correct option. Current in the given circuit will be, so we are observing that this upper diode is reverse bias, so no current will flow into this, and into the lower diode the current will be 5 upon 50, so 5 upon 50, B is the correct option. What is the molar specific heat of gas undergoing an adiabatic process? So molar specific heat C is Q upon N delta T, and Q is 0 for adiabatic process, so molar specific heat is 0. Which of the following is dimensionless? V square by Rj is dimensionless, so you can check out if there is a 0 absorption in the polaroid, and if the intensity of plane polarized light comes out of is A square, then the intensity of the incident beam. So we know after passing through a polarizer, intensity of unpolarized light becomes I by 2. Okay, so the initial intensity was 2A square. Now next question. In Young's double slit experiment, one of the slits is wider than the other, so that the amplitude of the light from one slit is double of that from the other slit. Okay, so let's say A1 is twice of A2. So intensity of 1 is 4 times intensity of 2. Okay, so I max is I1 root I1 plus root I2 whole square. So that is 4 4I2 under root plus I2 whole square, so that is 9I2. This is I max. Okay, now intensity when phase difference is 5, I is I1, which is 4I2 plus I2 plus 2 I1 I2 cos phi, so this is 5 plus 8, 5 plus 4 cos phi into I2. Now 5 plus 4 cos phi, we can write 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. So cos phi we can write 2 cos square phi by 2 minus 1. Okay, this we can write into I2. So this is 4 2s are 8, so 8 cos square phi by 2 plus 1, and I2 is I max by 9, I max by 9. So correct option is Im by 9 1 plus 8 cos square phi by 2. और एक स्मार्ट अप्रोच थी, हमें इतना कैलकुलेट नहीं करना था. सी आप चेक करिए फेज डिफरेंस फाई 0 है तो इंटेंसिटी Im होनी चाहिए. तो फर्स्ट वाले ऑप्शन में देखो फाई 0 रखेंगे तो इंटेंसिटी Im नहीं आ रही है, सेकंड वाले में आ रही है, थर्ड वाले में भी नहीं आ रही है, फोर्थ वाले में भी नहीं आ रही है. तो जस्ट अपन हिट एंड ट्रायल से फाई को 0 रख के चेक कर सकते थे बिना कैलकुलेशन किए कि भाई किस ऑप्शन में इंटेंसिटी Im के बराबर आ रही है, तो बी में आ रही है. तो हाउ मेनी मैनिमा विल बी हर्ड एज वन मूव्स अलोंग द पेरीमीटर ऑफ द सर्कल. सो दिस इज the perimeter of the circle. Let's divide it into 4 quadrants. Okay, so this is S2, this is S1. Here part difference is 4 lambda and here part difference is 0. Similarly here part difference is 4 lambda and here part difference is 0. So as we move, how many minimas? So minimas will be there. For minimas, part difference is 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, odd multiple of lambda by 2. So here this will be 3.5 lambda, then 2.5 lambda, then 1.5 lambda, and then 0.5 lambda. Okay, So as we move from point A to point B, part difference decreases from 4 lambda to 0. Okay, so we are interested in the points where the part difference is odd multiple of lambda by 2. So 3.5 lambda, 2.5 lambda, 1.5 lambda, 0.5 lambda. So in first quadrant we have got 4 points. Similarly in second, third and fourth. So total number of points is 16. So A is the correct option. So A is the correct option. Next. In the diagram, the intensity of wave arriving at D from the two sources, each is I naught. The wavelength is this, the resultant intensity. So guys, this is a good question. Part difference at D, part difference is S2D minus S1D. So that is 3 square plus 4 square under root minus 4. That is 1 meter. So phase difference is 2 pi by lambda into delta L. That is 2 pi by 4 into 1, that is pi by 2. Now I is 4 I naught cos square pi by 2. So that is 4 I naught cos square pi by 4, which is 2 I naught. So 2 I naught is the correct option. How much work must be done by a force on 50 kg body in order to accelerate it from rest to 20 millimeter per second? So W is delta K, that is half M v square minus u square. U is 0. So half M, which is 50 kg, v square, which is 400. So this is 50 into 200. So that is 10,000 joule. So 10 to power 4 joule. So that's all for today. जो भी अच्छे concepts हैं उनको अच्छे तरह से सीखना है. Thank you all. Thank you.